From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We've seen some dry conditions across the area for the past couple of days. Unfortunately, though, or fortunately, though, we aren't in a big drought. We're just seeing those abnormally dry or moderate drought up further north into the thumb. As we saw today, temperatures were very warm and mild into the 80s, 81 degrees in Lansing and Grand Ledge, 81 in Jackson, 83 degrees down into Hillsdale. Satellite radar still showing little to no clouds, starting to move in across the area as well. Heading over the next 12 hours, we'll see a little bit of some clouds working their way in, but temperatures still remaining quite mild for our overnight lows, only falling back down into the 60s. All the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
A 5-year-old child is listed in critical condition after being hit by a garbage truck. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Just about an hour ago, we learned that the 5-year-old is fighting for his life after being hit by a garbage truck. It happened near the intersection of North Grand River Avenue and Seeger Street. Roads in the area were blocked off by police during the 2 o'clock hour, and the boy was rushed to a nearby hospital. This is still a developing story, and we will be here for you with a lot more information during 6 News at 6. A massive federal budget cut to food assistance programs could leave millions of Michigan families hungry, and protesters let Congressman Tom Barrett know about their frustration today during a food drive they held outside of his Lansing office. Karina Prieto was there, and she's here for you now with more on the group's efforts and the congressman's response. Good evening, Karina.
Good evening, Jorma. Advocates at the food drive and demonstration today told me that the potential cut of almost $300 million from the SNAP program has them worried for friends, family, and community members who depend on it. For these community members, standing on this corner today was important.
Me, as a former school teacher, I'm thinking about my students and their families.
Jill Murphy says she knows the importance of food in a child's life.
So for me, seeing my students who have not had access to that, I've seen their level of interest go down, their level of knowledge go down, and then just mentally overall, just not good, which then can cause further harm down the road.
Supporters like Jim Donaldson with the First Presbyterian Church Food Pantry say they hope lawmakers see the negative impact that cuts to SNAP would have on Michigan communities.
We've been around 50 years serving the community, but it's never been this busy before, and it's going to be busier yet with food stamps being cut.
We think these cuts would have a devastating impact here in Michigan. Thousands and thousands of families here in the Lansing area depend on SNAP for their next meal.
Advocates with Michigan Families for Fair Care say summer is a challenging time for families facing food insecurity.
Summer is a critical time for hunger, so as unfortunately Washington and Congressman Barrett are stepping back, people like our organization and individuals here in the community are having to step up and fill that void.
That's why the group set up on the corner outside of Congressman Tom Barrett's office and across the street from the state capitol to show their support for those depending on food assistance. A spokesperson for the congressman responded to today's efforts, saying, quote, SNAP benefits are not being cut, and every eligible family will continue receiving the help they need. He says Congress is simply adding, quote, common sense steps that promote opportunity while keeping the safety net strong. Well, everything donated at the food drive will benefit the First Presbyterian Church Food Pantry, which sits just a few streets down from today's event and serves 100 community members every day. Jorma, back to you.
Karina, thank you very much. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is heading overseas this week, leading a delegation to Australia as part of a mission to boost business ties and strengthen Michigan's global position in key growth industries. The governor's office says the week-long trip is focused on attracting investment, promoting innovation, and reinforcing Michigan's leadership in sectors like mobility, defense, and clean energy. She's scheduled to meet with Australian firms in sectors critical to Michigan's economy, including advanced mobility, defense manufacturing, clean energy, healthcare, and cybersecurity. Officials say the mission will include company visits, roundtable discussions, and collaborative sessions to share best practices. The G7 summit is now underway, and President Trump is urging Iran to consider some things or else. Torian Small is here for you now with the latest on the meeting.
Iranian state TV was on the air denouncing Israeli airstrikes at the moment one hit the building. As the state media building smoke President Trump appeared to confirm reports that Iran has sent signals it wants to de-escalate fighting with Israel.
They'd like to talk.
Speaking at the G7 summit in Canada, the president said Iran needs to immediately resume talks to end its nuclear program.
I'd say Iran is not winning this war, and they should talk, and they should talk immediately before it's too late.
Speaking from the Middle East, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told ABC News that he thinks killing Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, would end the conflict, not escalate it. While the conflict in the Middle East will dominate discussions with G7 partners, the president is also using this meeting with world leaders to talk trade.
We're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it today.
The president met with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney as the two sides haggle over a new trade deal. Trump declared himself a tariff person.
It's simple, it's easy, it's precise, and it just goes very quickly. And I think Mark has a more complex idea, but also very good.
Carney said during the group session that there would be frank discussions and that not everyone may agree, but they'll work through the issues. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
Average statewide gas prices in the mid-Michigan area drop and are now hovering at the $3 a gallon mark. Statewide, it's $3.09 a gallon, which is 14 cents less than at this same time last month and 49 cents less than at the same time last year. But drivers in Lansing are now paying $3 even per gallon. And in Jackson, it's below $3 at $2.99. AAA also sent out some tips to help save money, gas, and driving time, like combining errands, considering to paying cash due to some retailers charging extra per gallon for customers who pay with a credit card. Remove excess weight in your vehicle. The heavier it is, the more gas it's being used. And drive conservatively. Experts say aggressive acceleration and speeding reduces fuel economy. A new federal bill that, if passed, would ban all hemp products with THC in it. 6 News reporter Taryn Simmons is here for you now. She spoke to a few marijuana business owners here locally on how the bill could impact Michigan's industry. Good evening, Taryn.
Jerome, in Washington, D.C., a Republican-led House committee approved a budget bill that could ban all hemp products with THC nationwide. One marijuana expert I spoke to says the bill would do minimal damage for her store, but says there's still a concern. Officials say a goal of the bill would be to close the loophole that they say has led to an amount of unregulated intoxicating hemp products like Delta 8 and hemp flower. Evie Hernandez, general manager at The Cake in Lansing, says her store doesn't carry many hemp products with THC.
The products that we carry are, the good ones, the ones that you are actually going to help you, that are really medicinal based.
So if the bill were to pass, she says the impact would be minimal. The language used in the bill seems to target mainly products that are sold online or at gas stations.
I have seen them pretty much everywhere, sadly, with no age checks, no lab testing, and packaging that looks like candy, so it's really on the market for everybody because you can't really tell the difference. They mass produce unregulated knockoff, so it can hurt the consumer more than help them.
And Ryan Ratzloff, owner and CEO of Lion Labs, agrees. He says Michigan has done a great job at preventing THCA products being sold at gas stations and tobacco stores compared to other states.
The hemp-based products have run rampant. You can get a child can go into a convenience store and walk away with edibles, flower products, concentrates, vape products, all derived from hemp or flying under the guise of THCA. And that is a concern for the whole industry as a whole.
Ratzloff says if the bill were to pass, Michigan's impact would be low when compared to other states who aren't regulating hemp THC.
The bigger concern is that these products are being consumed in an unsafe manner. They didn't go through the rigorous testing. The state might be missing out on tax revenue that it should deserves to receive.
The bill isn't set in stone yet and was set for discussions last Wednesday.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're starting to see some fair weather clouds work their way into the forecast, and we're going to continue to see the chance for some showers and thunderstorms as we head into the next couple of days. As we head into the 6-day forecast, we're also going to see an increase in heat and humidity. So it's really going to start to feel like summer across mid-Michigan. Taking a look at our quad cam, we're seeing temperatures into the 80s, 81 degrees in Grand Ledge and Lansing, as well as Jackson and Hillsdale. We're still seeing that little bit of some haziness after some wildfire smoke still in the air, still seeing those fair weather clouds across the area. Satellite radar is remaining quiet. We can see that those fair weather clouds are just starting to bubble up here or there, kind of like popcorn in a skillet. Now, as we head into the day tomorrow, we just have a 0 out of 5 risk for severe weather. That's just going to be your general thunderstorms. Our main focus looks like it's going to be into Wednesday. Like I mentioned, we're going to see the chance of a 2 out of 5 for severe weather on Wednesday, and with all threats at play, we're still not 100% sure the timing of this, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on this as the days go on. So keep an eye on the forecast over the next coming days so we can iron things out. Let's take a look at mid-Michigan as a whole. We're seeing that this low pressure system with a stationary front is still remaining to our south. We have a cold front to our north that's going to stay there into parts of Wisconsin. We're going to see a pretty quiet night in the forecast. Big thing is that our temperatures aren't going to cool down all that much tonight, so it's still going to be one of the nights that you're going to want the air conditioning. Taking a look as we head into Tuesday, we see mostly sunny skies for the start of the day. Then as we head into the afternoon and evening, we could see some pop-up showers and storms. That's where we could hear those rumbles of thunder across the area. Now, as we head into Wednesday, we have 2 rounds. We have one in the morning and then one in the evening. This is the round that will be a little bit stronger and could bring some severe weather, including gusty wind, hail, and even some heavy rain, and yes, even a tornado or two here or there. So just be aware of that and have multiple ways to receive alerts, especially as we're seeing this right during the evening commute. As that continues out of the area, we'll continue to see mostly cloudy skies as we head into the day or evening on Thursday. Overnight, overall, we're seeing temperatures tonight into the 60s, 66 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Again, tomorrow, temperatures back into the 80s, around 85 degrees. And then as we head into the 6-day forecast, we're going to see again temperatures into the upper 80s for Tuesday, getting back into the low 80s. But then take a look at Saturday and Sunday. We're going to jump back into the upper 80s to low 90s. So really feeling like summer as we head into the end of the week.
91.
And that's going to include some very high dew points, so it's going to be very, very soupy, yes.
Wow, soupy today, a little bit soupy tomorrow. It's a bunch of soup.
Yes.
We appreciate it.